teacher since 2005, and this is a lovely thing that I offer 4 times a year. We do it seasonally just to help everybody regain their vitality and life force and rejuvenation. This practice is part of the Yuthok Nyingthik practices, which were devised and developed, I guess is the word, by Yuthok Nyingthig the elder, and then by his subsequent reincarnation, Yuthok Nyingthig the younger. Funny how that works. So this is something that you don't have to be a Tibetan Buddhist to participate in. You don't have to be studying or practicing Tibetan medicine. Yuthok himself said these things were for the wise man, meaning anyone can join in and receive the benefit. As we move through the practice, I'm going to ask you to move around and face the various compass points. Most of you will have a little compass on your camera, but now is a good minute to have a check and see if you can quickly work out where those compass points are. If you can't, if it's not easy for you to do that from where you're sitting, that's all right. Just, visualize that you're moving and facing that direction. Let's just all take a couple of deep breaths. It was a Grand Prix start to this session, wasn't it? So shake your shoulders, move your body just a little bit. A couple of deep breaths down to here, not to here, where we all usually breathe to. Breathing right down to the diaphragm. And just releasing any stress or anxiety. It's Friday night. Well, it's Friday night in Melbourne. And looks like we might win the cricket. So now I'm going to ask you all to take a moment and generate some gratitude for having connected with this beautiful practice, which is going to make more sense to you when we get to the end if you haven't done it before. And set an intention. Anyone who's been to anything, Buddhist knows that we always dedicate at the end, but I think it's really important to set an intention to start as well. Let's create the energy we want to go into this session with. This can be for good health for a loved one, for yourself, or you can offer this to all beings. Whatever you wish, make the most of this practice opportunity. I feel there are no limits, that we can offer it all to all. Our hearts can hold everyone and everything if we believe it. All beings in all directions and all dimensions. There is no limits to the compassion that the Buddhas offer us and the protectors. So we shouldn't limit ourselves in what we are offering. So you can think tonight of yourself. You can think of yourself and someone special to you. You can think of yourself and a place or a cause of something that's going on. There's plenty to choose in the world at the moment. And include that as well. It doesn't just have to be just for you or one person. At points in the practice, you'll hear me say the sponsor, and that's when you say to yourself your name or theirs or all sentient beings, however it works for you. But yeah, don't be afraid to think big. In this practice, we're invoking the power of the dakinis, and each dakini has her own quality, her own powers. Have faith that there are countless dakinis just waiting to help you, really. And as we go through and we'll list their particular activities and powers, feel them call back, not just the things that we speak about then, but feel them call back your confidence, your courage, your equanimity, your self-worth, your peace of mind, all of the things that modern life and current times on our planet steal away from us via fear and anxiety and stress and anger. Feel your joy return. I do talk about joy a lot if you come to anything. Joy is a radical act, and we must choose joy. It's really the only choice we can make. So I hope, as well as having your vital energies return to you tonight, that you can feel some joy in the process, that you're able to be here and participate and receive the blessings of Yuthok and the Dakinis and all this wonderful energy returning to you. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about this practice. Sorry for those of you who've been before. If this is a bit dull. And okay, this little Zoom thing drives me nuts. Okay, it wants to be at the top. Fine, be at the top. I'm not arguing with it. We need it working. So I would like to begin, though, by acknowledging the traditional owners of the lands from which I greet you today. And for me, this is the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. Yes, I can turn my sound up. Is that better? Is that better sound?
Yep. Yeah, maybe. A little bit.
Well, this might also be the Zoom issue because I'm using external microphones, so it should be all right. I can change the microphone. Right, sorry, I just stopped sharing. We're going to have challenges tonight, aren't we? I'll move to the built-in. How is that sound? Is that better?
Yeah, I think that is.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Is that okay? It's important to tell me. We can blame my son. He gave me that microphone. It's always good to outsource the blame. Anyway, let's start again. Acknowledging the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation and I honour their living connection to the land and waters of this country and pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging, and offer the same respect to any elder who may be present with us tonight. And we acknowledge with gratitude our lineage masters for this precious teaching, Dr. Nida Chenatsang and his teacher, the late Khenpo Truratsenam. So Dr. Nida there, my teacher, and his teacher, the Khenpo, who was a very significant figure in Tibetan medicine and one of the people that helped to save the tradition of making the precious pills after the revolution in China, in Tibet. Yeah, very important. So La energy, which is one of the things that we're calling back today, is a knowledge that was discovered and developed both by Tibetan medicine and Tibetan astrology. This is why you have the Mensika. It is the medicine and astrology house, Kangmin's house, literally. So the two always go hand in hand. Tibetan astrology has a unique perspective as it developed as an isolated system, not influenced by other cultures, but rather through observation. And there are three main classifications. There is observation of the celestial bodies and their movements, which is known as superior astrology, observation of fog and winds, intermediate astrology, and observation of the behaviour of birds, the characteristics of the trees, the forests and the lakes, and of the formations of ice on lakes and rivers, which was inferior astrology. As this knowledge grew, so did the understanding of the cycles of the year, months and days, and of the increasing and decreasing cycles of the moon and the movements of the sun. And they came to understand them with great precision and clarity. In this time, this developed the understanding that the external world impacts on our human body, both through the astrological cycles and the fact that our bodies and our environments are constituted of the same energy, the five elements. So space, wind, fire, water, and earth. So this light energy has a cyclical movement within the body with the specific points active according to the day of the lunar calendar. So this is an example here of where the energy is each day in that 30-day cycle. So starting with the new moon, working up to the full moon, coming down the other side to the other new moon. Now, this particular figure is a male figure. If we were looking at a female figure, the numbers are reversed. The energy starts on the other side for females. And it just moves around a different spot every day over the month. So it's also the pure energy of the five elements, the building blocks for the human body, and is considered very important. It belongs to the triad of protective energy, vital energy, and energy that regulates the duration of life. So we can lose our La energy very easily due to excessively strong external or invasive therapies. Therapies such as moxibustion, bloodletting, or acupuncture applied to a point where the La energy is present on that day. So I'll just go back to this. If you knew, for example, that you were having a procedure on your arm, you would try not to have it on the day that the La energy was there. Yeah. It's not set in stone, and I had to one day have an MRI on the full moon La day, so all the points were active. And of course, naturally, I freaked out. Contacted Dr. Nida, and he gave me a mantra to say. But wherever possible, you don't want to lose more La by having work done on those places on the day. Other causes include surgical operations, shock, grief, accidents, childbirth, physical or mental trauma, chronic illness, and acute pain. When someone's La energy is in good condition, they're physically well and strong, and their mind is clear and happy. You can see it too in vital. Signs that someone has lost their La energy are feelings of sadness, being tired all the time, anxiety, a greyish complexion, confusion, mental nervousness, waking often suddenly from sleep for no reason, and decreased sexual activity. Any loss of La energy can also put someone's lifespan in danger, as our vital and life energies are affected as well. So this practice, hooking back the life force, is part of the Yuthok Nyingthik long life empowerment that vanquishes the Lord of Death. And it's a unique practice to call back the wandering La, the life force, Tse, the lifespan, and Sok, the vital force. And it can be performed for yourself or for others, utilizing a datar, which is the long life arrow. You can see here. And it has 5 colored ribbons: blue, white, yellow, red, and green, representing the 5 elements of space, water, earth, fire, and wind. So when we're working with this energy, we are also visualizing ourselves as long life Hayagriva and Vajravahari in union. And then we call upon the 4 dakinis and their special activities, pacifying, increasing, controlling, and destroying. And then we hook back the lost life force from the 10 directions, which is the sky above, the earth beneath, the 4 cardinal and the 4 intercardinal directions. And the result is restored physical and energetic health and vitality, prolonged lifespan, and increased clarity and happiness in mind. And you may find that this returning of your energy continues for a couple of days afterwards. This is not uncommon. It's not all instant tonight, but over a few days, you'll feel this energy coming back to you. So we start with a couple of prayers before we speak to the deities and the dakinis. If you're not a Buddhist, there is no obligation to participate in these particular prayers. You can just think some lovely positive thoughts while we say them. So first we're taking refuge. We're taking refuge in the Buddha and the Dharma and the Sangha, the 3 jewels. We'll say this once in Tibetan and then once in English. Namo. Rikri deshek doji chang chuk tu konchok sumji no dakshin jantok matokpa ning niwa chob suchi. Homage, you who are the union of all Sagatas and Lajadara, essence of the 3 jewels in the 10 directions and 3 times. Until I and all others achieve enlightenment, from my inner heart I take refuge in you. And now we have the prayer to raise bodhicitta, unconditional love and compassion. Sanjichudan sukchichunamna, Jangjuk Badu Dagni Chapsuchi, Daji Jin Sokji Pe Sonamki, Dola Panchi Sanji Drupa Sho. Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, until enlightenment, I take refuge in you. Through my merit, generosity, and so on, may I attain Buddhahood for the good of all sentient beings. Now we move into the start of the practice, and this is calling back your long life. So you have the deities here, If you've had the appropriate initiations, you can visualize yourself as the deities. This is Hayagriva and Vajrahari. You can also see yourself as a vessel filled with light. If you aren't able to visualize the deities or you have difficulty visualizing yourself as a deity, then just look at the picture and imagine that they are in front of you. So putting your hand on your heart and understanding, a few more coming in, that they not only bless us now, but also are sending us the dakinis to seek out our lost energies and return them. And really trust that your life force and your lifespan are returning to you. Feel it in your heart. Know that all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Dakas, and Dakinis and protectors join with Hayagriva and Vajrahari in blessing you to bring you your life, your te, and your soul back, your life force, your lifespan, and your vital life force. Closing your eyes and visualizing as you prefer, you are transformed instantaneously into Hayagriva and Vajrahari in union. In your right hands, you hold curved knives. In your left, longevity vases. Mentally make offerings to them and make your prayers and wishes to them that all of your own and others' lost love, vital energy, and say longevity will be hooked or called back, that all your diseases will be cured, all obstacles eliminated, your lifespan extended, and so on. You are blessed with the most refined quintessence of all Zog life force. Glory, majesty, abundance, power, and authority from every possible sentient being, and the essence of every medicinal substance, grain, food, fabric, jewel, precious substance, element, and so on, from the entire universe, from every outer and inner dimension. Conceive that your body is filled with the nectar of the exalted city of immortality, and that through this you obtain in your Vajra body the indestructible longevity of the conjoined sun and moon, the solar and the lunar. Now I'm just going to recite this mantra a couple of times. You don't need to, aren't you lucky? Om Ahum Benzamahagu Savaguna Siddhi. Om Ahum Savamom. Lam Mam Pam Tam Prima Harini Satsita Shing Shing Sava Siddhi Samayata. Om Bam Ho Benza A Yushe Hum Hum Nita. Om Ahum Benzamahagu Sava Sakuna Siddhi. Om Ahum Savamom. Lam Mam Pam Tam Prima Harini Satsing Shing Shing Sava Siddhi Samayata. Om Bam Ho Benza A Yushe Hum Hum Nita. Oma hum benza mahabu sa kuna city hum oma hum sama hum rima hanim sa ting hing sa city sa hum bam ho benza ayushi hum hum sa hum ahu benza mahabu sa kuna city hum sa city city shing shing. It's oma hum benza mahabu sa kuna city hum. Oma hum sama hum nama panta rima hanim necessita shing shing sa city. Zamaya Zaham Benzayashi Hum Hum Nitsa. So, having imagined that from the hearts of the assembly of deities, supreme emanated messengers of indefinite colour, ornamented in silks and jewels, holding lifespan hooking hooks, longevity vases, and arrows tied with silk ribbons, pervade everywhere, in every cardinal and intercardinal direction, above and below innumerably. Having perceived that the collected lifespans of the 3,000-fold world system, without exception, the three realms and three levels of existence of the threefold worldly goods, gods, demons, and humans, and especially one's own life force and lifespan wandering about have all been hooked back by the means of the syllable Nui, and that's the one you can see on the screen there. Imagine that they dissolve back into you and that you obtain the siddhi of deathlessness. The Hung, which is the condensed glory of the supreme speech of the conqueror Buddhas of the three times, the principal magnetizing activities of Father Hayagriva and Mother Vajravahari in ecstatic union, the emanations, secondary emanations, and their retinues, having come forth at this time, perform the activities of hooking back the life force, the La, and the lifespan, the She, from the sky above and the earth underneath. Crush into dust the demonic emissaries of the Lord of Death. Chop into pieces the heads of the gods and demons who cut the life force. Cut the red life channels of the executioner spirits who take back the breath. Hook back now the wandering life force and lifespan of the sponsor. So you say your name there, or anyone that you are thinking of for this practice. So that has brought back your lifespan and your life vitality. Okay, so now we move to the next part. So now we'll be calling on the four Dakinis and their special activities, pacifying all obstacles, increasing energy and life force, controlling negative energies, and destroying the negative forces and obstacles. As we hook back the La from the 10 directions, the sky above, the earth below, the four cardinal points, and the four intercardinal points, with the result of restored and rejuvenated physical and energy, health and vitality, prolonged lifespan, increased mental clarity and happiness. The fifth Dakini space is in the center and brings back the La from above and beyond. So the first one is the Vajra Dakini. She is white, her energy is water, and her activity is pacifying. So have a look at her quickly. And then I need you to face east, southeast, because that is her direction. If you can't move, it's okay. So the beautiful water Dakini, and water is actually such a powerful force on the planet. It's also essential for life. So she brings great gifts. Her activity is to pacify. So she pacifies all the obstacles that arise around you, stealing your La. She calls back all lost La, even lost from the past. Visualize this energy returning to your heart, to your head, or just filling your whole body. This beautiful white light, this beautiful white energy with the pacifying power of water. The Vajradakini, who holds the iron hook and dark blue vase, having come forth at this time along with your emanations, secondary emanations, and all their retinues who conduct pacifying actions, fulfill your pledges. Hook back the lifespan from the eastern and southeastern directions. Crush into dust the demonic emissaries of the Lord of Death. Chop into pieces the heads of the worldly gods and demons who cut the vital life force. Cut the red life channels of the executioner spirits who take away the breath. Hook back now the wandering life force and lifespan of the sponsor. So we'll just meditate for a few minutes on this beautiful pacifying Dakini. And there's not just one, there are countless emanations of this Dakini swirling around you now. And while you sit in that energy, I'll just read it again in Tibetan. Dojikandro Chaku Bungzin, Ti related to Payang to Gejochi to Dam Jilje du Labab, Shanang Shalo Choknitsi Chik, Chidak Duki Puna Dundalok, Subchula Jigo Silvako, Uklin Sheme, Sukpa Mapacho, Yundak Latse Kampo Data. Calling back all the lost love from your past. In waves like the ocean, or flowing like a river. So now we move on to our next dakini. Have a little look at her on the screen, our beautiful jewel dakini. Her color is yellow, her element is earth, and her activity is increasing. And for this one, we're going to need to face south, southwest. So our jewel dakini, golden jewel dakini, is a beautiful earth energy. Her activity is increasing, so she's increasing energy and life force and wisdom, all returning to you in the form of golden light coming from nature, from the earth, from plants, from trees, from rocks, from spirits, even from beyond earth, from the stars. See yourself surrounded by gold dakinis as they hook back your la, your happiness, your joy, and your energy. Here's the joy again. Oh, jewel dakini who holds the iron hook and golden bars. Having come forth at this time, along with your emanations, secondary emanations, and all their retinues who conduct increasing actions, fulfill your pledges. Hook back the lifespan from the southern and southwestern directions. Crush into dust the demonic emissaries of the Lord of Death. Chop into pieces the heads of the worldly gods and demons who cut the vital life flows. Cut the red life channels of the executioner spirits who take away the breath. Hook back now the wandering life force and lifespan of the sponsor. So just meditate on that for now. Really feeling this golden light surrounding you from these countless jewel dakinis and this golden light pouring into your body, bringing back your wisdom, your joy, your life energy. Lynchen kando jakuk ze bumting, ilpile ze tropa yang tru che chu chip dak dam, so ze du laba. Lodang nuno chukne ze kuchik, chitak ki una dundulu. Sokchu landre go utsil palko, uklen shime zokpa mapacho. And always increasing, always increasing. Now we'll move to our beautiful lotus dakini. So have a look at her. She is a red dakini. Her element is fire. Her energy, her activity is controlling. And you need to look into the west, northwest for the lotus dakini. So what is she controlling with her fire? She's controlling negative energy, and she then uses that to hook back your energy, your lifespan, your joy, your fortune, your control of your life. From the mountains, plants, water, and beyond, from the sun, the moon, and the stars, especially the sun. She brings back lie lost when you were in the womb, and from your birth, and your early childhood, and all the stages of your life where you have lost La. It returns to the 5 chakras: head, heart, throat, navel, and base. So feel this very potent energy returning to you. And it's not controlling you, it's controlling all the negative forces that may be around you and have been around you in the past, and pulls back all of those things that you have lost, returning them all equally to the 5 chakras. O Lotus Dakini, who holds the iron hook and copper vase, having come forth at this time, along with your emanations, secondary emanations, and all their retinues who conduct controlling actions, fulfill your pledges. Hook back the lifespan from the western and northwestern directions. Crush into dust the demonic emissaries of the Lord of Death. Chop into pieces the heads of the worldly gods and demons who cut the vital force. Cut the red life channels of the executioner spirits who take away the breath. Hook back now the wandering life force and lifespan of this sponsor. Wangi letse chulpa yangshu. Bemakando chakyu tangbunzim. Wangi letse chulpa yangshu jeko che tuktam. Zenze julabab. Nukta nukjam choknetse kukchi. Titak tuki ponya tulilok. Sokcho ladre go wotsilpako. Yuklen shime toktama chapu. Yondak latse kampo da ta kunk. And now our final dakini, our beautiful green action dakini. Her element is wind, and her activity is destroying. She's really powerful, this one. So she's the beautiful green turquoise color. She's the karma dakini. So for this one, you need to face north, northeast. So as I say, karma dakini, and very powerful, even wrathful, as she destroys the negative forces that have stolen your energy. Everything can be restored to you through her power. La lost through trauma and terrible events, stolen happiness, fear, sorrow, all these past experiences, she can return the La they took from you. And if you listen, you can hear the wind as she goes to work. Countless of these beautiful green dakinis dancing around you with the power of the wind restoring your La. O Action Dakini, who holds the iron hook and turquoise vase, having come forth at this time, along with your emanations, secondary emanations, and all their retinues who conduct wrathful actions, fulfill your pledges, look back the lifespan from the northern and northeastern directions. Crush into dust the demonic emissaries of the Lord of Death. Chop into pieces the heads of the devas and demons who cut the vital force. Cut the red life channels of the executioner spirits who take away the breath. Hook back now the wandering life force and lifespan of the sponsor. Kandacha kuyu bumzin drakpo lete tru yang payang tru chiko chitu. Namsho jedu dapak. Damdang jangsha chuk nitse chik. Chidak de kipun yil duldulok. Sokchu laje go wat zilpako. Uklen shime tsokpa mapacho. Yondek latse kyampo data kuk. Chetse kuk je. Now you can return to your original position. And I'd just like to say this beautiful artwork is by an artist called Laura Santi. Laura Santi Sacred Art. So you can find these on the internet. So you can see here all the dakinis gathered together, including the space dakini in the center. And to really enhance the power of our connection with them all, we're going to make an offering of this 5 dakini mantra. Bam Hari Nisa. Bam Hari Nisa. So we're going to say one mala. If you don't have a whole mala with you, that's okay. I'll let you know when we've stopped. And this is the one that invokes all of the 5 dakinis. And as we've just called on them to do some work, now we can offer them the mantra and have confidence that they're here wanting to help you. Yeah, they really are. So Bam Hari Nisa, Bam Hari Nisa, Bam Hari Nisa, Bam Hari Nisa. Bam Hari Nisa, Bam Hari Nisa, Bam Hari Nisa, Bam Hari Nisa, Bam Hari Nisa. Bam Hari Nisa, 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 Bam Hari Nisa. Bam Hari Nisa, 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 Bam Hari Nisa. Bam Hari Nisa, Bam Hari Nisa, Bam Hari Nisa, Bam Hari Nisa, Bam Hari Nisa. Bam Hari Nisa, Bam Hari Nisa, Bam Hari Nisa, Bam Hari Nisa. Bam Hari Nisa, 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 Bam Hari Nisa. There's a mantra you can say whenever you feel you could do some extra dakini energy in your day. Every day, really. But now we'll say our 5-line prayer to Yuthok. To the secret union of all Buddhas of the 3 times, I pray from the depths of my heart and bones. Bless me through your body, speech, and mind. Grant me the supreme and common cities. And we dedicate our merit. Giwa de nerdidak, menja Yuthok Jupchene, Jura Chikamanupa, de Salago Pashok. By the merit may we quickly achieve the state of Yuthok, the King of Medicine. And through this, may all beings be placed on this level. And then we're going to seal our practice with the mantra of interdependence. And we'll say this 3 times. Om Yatama Hetuta Bawa Hetum Tishan Tatagato Hayawadi Tishan Sayo Niroda Evam Nandi Mahashamana Soha. Om Yatama Hetuta Bawa Hetum Tishan Tatagato Hayawadi Tishan Sayo Niroda Evam Nandi Mahashamana Soha. Om Yadama Hetuta Bawa Hetum Tishan Tatagato Hayawadi Tishan Sayo Niroda Evam Nandi Mahashamana Soha. Oh, thank you all for joining and bringing your lovely energy. And I guess it's appropriate for 2025 that this last one for the year was a wild ride too. But hopefully, despite our rocky start, you feel the benefits and will notice the restoration and returning of energy. Do have confidence in that. You might have some really good dreams tonight too, if they're good ones. Yes, Anissa, please. You can type it or you can unmute yourself, whatever's easy.
And well, I'm wondering, I just got into menopause and I'm suffering all this ups and downs, a
Yeah.
little bit of depression and so. Would you recommend it to do it more often than just season by
Yes, of course,
seasons?
absolutely you can. So once you get the link, you can anytime you feel like you'd restore. So I do it seasonally. It sort of evolved that way. So one of the motivations for the particular timing for me is that at the end of each season, according to Tibetan medicine, there's about 18 days where the energies return to the earth. And we call it transition, and that's a time where we often feel a bit vulnerable, a bit unwell. We might be predisposed to catching things more often. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Vince. Thank you, Ivan. So it seemed to me that would be a good time to help restore people's energies a bit. But you can absolutely do this whenever you want to, yes. There's always benefit from this one, yeah.
Thank you.
I can send you that little chart because the other thing you can do is just massage a little bit on the day where the energy is on that day and the day before, the current day, and the following day. You do those 3 things. And just massage slightly for a few minutes. Yeah. But yes, I think that the calming action of this is very helpful. As a fellow menopause battler, I feel you. And yes, so whatever works, try it. Yes.
Hello.
Thank you, Tommy.
Hi, my name is Kat and I'm from the Philippines. So,
Nice to meet
if we're medical professionals, and of course it can be really tiring after managing patients for an
you.
entire day,
Yes.
is it possible to like do a retreat? Like for example, there would be seasons where there are a lot of patients. Is it possible to do this routine prior to any, if we feel that we're gonna be on a double shift or whatever? So
Yeah,
just for
absolutely.
us
Yeah.
not to be
Yeah.
exhausted. Yes.
Yeah. If you know that you're headed into a very busy period for work and you want to be as topped up in energy as you can, yeah, I think why not? Yes. So once it goes on YouTube, you can watch it as many times as you like. It's there forever. Sorry, universe, it's there forever. But
Thank
yes,
you.
you're very welcome. You're very welcome. I hope it's helpful. Health workers really work hard. It's tough. It's tough.
Hi. Hi, Karen.
I
Hi, you mentioned about the initiation for the Haya Viva. So
Yeah,
if we don't have the initiation, right, we don't visualize ourselves as the deities, right?
that's
So we
right.
visualize them in front of us, is it?
In front of you, yes. You can do on
Okay.
top of your head or in front of you.
Mm,
And because for part of that part, your eyes are closed. So if you are someone that has trouble visualizing, because not everybody can, if you can see yourself as like a vessel filled with light, like a vase or something, that is also helpful. Yeah.
okay. So
But
basically we don't visualize ourselves as them. but in front of us.
Yeah, usually you need to have had higher yoga tantra initiations before you can visualize yourself as the deity. And I'm not a teacher, so you would need to speak to a teacher about or a lama about that. But that is the common understanding, yes.
Noted. Thank you very much.
No, you're welcome. Thank you, Galia. Any other questions? All right. Well, I am very sorry that it was so confusing at the start. I'll keep apologizing, even though it wasn't my fault. I will send you all the Zoom link. For those of you who've been coming to regular things during the year, I haven't forgotten about you, but we probably won't start again with our Shannon practices until the new year. I'm home at the moment at my mother's home doing her palliative care, so that's pretty much taking all of my time right now. But I think of you all often and wish you well. And if we don't have occasion to speak, have a beautiful Christmas, however you celebrate the end of the year. And let's hope that next year is a more peaceful one on this planet of ours. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anissa. Thank you.